Hey, how you doing, Danielle?
Hi.
Good.
Good, good. You got special headphones on today.
Well, they're not special. I have these for for I think a year maybe. But I have
Yeah.
something cool I want to show you.
Okay. Miss Lindsay, are you picking up that lawnmower outside my house?
I am not. No, ma'am.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I got them. Wait.
Michaela's with us, and Alice and Wendy are with us. Yay!
Awesome.
These are my
Hi.
new headphones.
Hi,
Oh,
Michaela.
awesome.
And also, I have something also I want to say too. Today, on my Kindle, I was doing Minecraft.
Nice.
I have a Kindle too. I was doing training Minecraft. I was doing training Minecraft. Then I went to actual Minecraft, and I was there for too long, so it turned nighttime. I was scared if monsters were going to come out, but usually monsters would come out. So once I get back on the game on my Kindle, yes, I am on my Kindle. I'm gonna go back and play.
Cool. Well, we have a couple things to do with you
Yes,
before
Mom.
you go do that. Okay, I'm gonna mute you now, Daniela. Michaela, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, because I have a Kindle too, and I was playing Minecraft, and I'm waiting to get back on because I can ride a skeleton horse.
A skeleton horse?
Yeah, there's
Wow.
skeleton horses in Minecraft.
Cool,
Oh, wow.
cool. I'm gonna mute you again so we can hear from Alice and Wendy, okay? Okay.
Say hello.
Hello, Minecraft is a little girl.
You don't know what Minecraft is. It's okay.
Yeah, it's just a game. It teaches us how to do basic coding. It's kind of fun. And
Yeah.
sometimes I go online and I play for free with my niece and my grandson. So it's kind of a fun thing.
I watch people play Minecraft.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, today we're going to jump into Mari's story. All right. Okay, but before we do that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what the pedal. There's a couple of things on it that we need to do. We're going to do some of it today, and then there's other things that you can do, having fun and learning more about Mari's story. So today we're going to read the story and we're going to talk about it. So when we're reading the story, you really got to pay attention. And then you can go on with your Daisy friends or your family. You can act out in different ways how to be responsible during the day from time to time, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. It's a full-time job being responsible for what you say and do. And then you can practice being responsible for what you say and do. And you can practice that with your parents or with your sister, your brother. You can practice it with your Daisy group when you get back together as well. So there's lots of ways that it pays off and that it's a really good thing to do, to be responsible for what you say and do. So that's what we're going to talk about today. All right? Okay. So before we get to the story, we're going to jump into the promise and law. And I'm just going to have us stay muted, if I could, Miss Lindsay, and just have you guys read along with me. 3 fingers up, please. All right, we'll start off with the Girl Scout promise. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. Good job. We're going to go on to the Girl Scout law. I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, and responsible for what I say and do, and to respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout. Okay, did you guys, who saw a piece in there or heard me say a piece that we know Mari is her story is gonna talk to us about? It was in the Girl Scout Promise. Raise your hand if you, Daniela, do you have your hand up? No? No. She's like, no, I do not. All right. So Alice, how about if you guess for us? The Girl Scout law. We know today's section is about being responsible for...
Go ahead, Alice.
What we say and do?
Absolutely, perfect. Girl, you got it right. That's a good job. You were paying attention. Okay, if we can go to the next slide. So I didn't want to go to this slide because that would have told Alice, but she knew it in her head. By the end, when you get this petal, you'll know how to be responsible for what you say and do. Okay, first click on this. Okay, great. So before I read the story, who can tell me what Mari is? That's a picture of the front of the book, Mari's story. What is she? Raise your hand. So I'm a person, but Mari's a what? Michaela.
Flower.
Yes, that's right. Can you click one more time for us, Miss Lindsay? So Mari is actually short for marigold. This flower mainly grows in South America and in the southern part of the United States as well. And it's used in a lot of celebrations. So a lot of Latin cultures, those are cultures that predominantly speak Spanish, but not all of them. South of the United States, they use these in a lot of celebrations. How many of you, just put your hands up, have seen the movie Coco? Anybody? Coco? Okay, remember Coco has those beautiful creatures on it. It's about a little boy playing the guitar, and he plays the guitar so well and sings really well. Anyhow, the flowers that are in that movie, if you ever see it, it's a Disney movie, those are marigolds, and that's what Mari is. All right, I'm gonna have us cruise on to the next one. Before we'll have you spotlight, Miss Lindsay. All right, so this is the story, Mari's story. So Mari's story, keeping a cupcake promise. Mari looked at the sign she had just finished making and smiled. It said Petal Elementary School Bake Sale. I can't wait for the bake sale tomorrow, she told her friend Tula. I'm going to decorate cupcakes. That sounds yummy, Tula replied. First, Mari needed to get icing and sprinkles. She asked her friend Loopy to take her to the bakery in Loopy's pedal-powered car. As soon as Mari got into the car, she put on her seatbelt. She had promised Loopy she would do this every time they went for a ride. Thanks for doing that, Loopy said. I want everyone who rides in my car to stay safe. Now let's use pedal power to make this car go. Go, go, go. I would like to see a pedal car. Hi, Mari, the baker said. I have some sprinkles and frosting for you. Thank you for giving us the supplies for our bake sale, Mari said. I promise to wash the containers and bring them back tomorrow. The baker beamed. I know you will. You always keep your promise, Mari. Okay, let's go back to the flower garden. I have some decorating to do, Mari told Loopy. Back in the flower garden, Mari spread icing on the cupcakes. Then she scattered bright sprinkles on it. The cupcake looked delicious. Mari decorated another cupcake, then another. She was doing a good job, but she still had lots to do. She was just started on another cupcake when she heard an ice cream truck pass by, playing cheerful music. A few of Mari's cousins ran by, headed for the street. Hey, Maddie, her cousin Mabel said. We're going to get ice cream. Why don't you come with us? Maddie shook her head. I'd really like to, she said, but I promised that I'd finish these cupcakes for the bake sale tomorrow. Okay, her cousin said. We'll see you later. Look at all of Maddie's cousins heading to the ice cream. Maddie watched as her cousins, laughing and joking, ran out of sight. As she iced another cupcake, she could hear them calling out the ice cream treats they wanted. I'd like an ice cream sandwich, please, said one. I want a scoop of chocolate, another cousin said. Can I have a green sherbet, a third cousin asked. It's my favorite color. I really want to get some ice cream too, Maddie thought. I could always finish the cupcakes later. Then Maddie looked at all the cupcakes still waiting to be decorated. I can get ice cream anytime, she thought, but right now I need to finish what I said I'd do. When all the cupcakes were decorated, Maddie cleaned the picnic table, threw away the trash, and washed the empty containers to give back to the baker. She smiled as she looked at what she had done. It felt good to leave the picnic table tidy and to know her cupcakes would help her school. Just then, Mabel ran over. We're all going to jump rope now. Can you come play too? Sure, Maddie said. Then she ran off to join her cousins, happy to have kept her promise. All right. Cool. So you guys were listening to the story, and now we have some questions to see if we picked up on some of the things that Maddie was doing. Okay, we're back to the slideshow if we could, Miss Lindsay. All right, so when did Maddie show that she was responsible for what she says and does? Okay, so thinking back to the story, when did Maddie show us what was one thing, Alice, that she showed us?
Go ahead.
Her cousin says, do you want to play jump rope? Then she said yes.
Ah, that's right. That's right. She did say yes. So, and then she probably went and played with them. What's another time that she showed she was being responsible? All right, Michaela.
It was when she didn't get ice cream because she had to finish the cupcakes.
That is a really good example. That's exactly right. So Michaela was saying that it's when she was invited to go get ice cream, but she knew she had to get stuff done. So she stayed right there where she was and finished the cupcakes. All right. So the next question we have is, oh, I'm sorry, Miss Lindsay. We still have one more question on that. Can anybody give us another example of when she was responsible for what she said and did? I'll give you a hint. It has to do with the baker. Daniela, do you remember what she promised the baker? Can we unmute Dan? Oh, there we go. Okay, so then when the baker gave her the sprinkles, she said she was going to do what with the containers? Does anybody remember? What did she do with the containers? All right, Wendy.
All right, now you can say it. Go ahead.
Yes, she gives them back.
Right. She cleaned them and gave them back. All right, so the next question. Thank you, Miss Lindsay. How do you think she feels when she couldn't get ice cream with her cousins? Daniela.
Sad.
Sad, right? Maybe even a little hungry. How do you think she felt when she finished decorating the cupcakes?
Hungry.
Oh, she might have been a little hungry, but how do you think she felt, good or bad? Michaela has her hands up.
She felt good.
She did feel good. That's right, Michaela. She even told us in the story, right, that she felt good about having finished the cupcakes. All right, what's the next one? So this is our last question. When have you shown that you're responsible for what you say and do? And how did that make you feel? So I want you guys to think for just a little bit, and I'm going to ask Miss Lindsay to share a time. But I want you guys to think about your time. Miss Lindsay, when was the time that you showed that you were responsible for what you say and do?
I'm going to say, I was trying to think about a time back in my childhood. I will say probably when I was in 5th grade. I'll go there. And I was responsible for what I said and did with one of my friends. Oh gosh, this is kind of a hard one.
Oh,
I'll say I remember that it made me feel good to know that I respected her because she was different from me. So it was a friend who might have been a little bullied at times, but I was able to be responsible and befriend her. So that made me feel really good that we were able to be friends in 5th grade and then on into middle and high school.
that's awesome. Thank you, Miss Lindsay, for sharing. Sorry I put you on the spot, but thank you. All right, Alice has one. Alice, you're next. We'll unmute you.
There we go.
There you go.
I did, like in case I say I'm going to take out a trash, I will.
Nice. That means so much to people that live with us and to our parents and our grandparents. When we say we're going to do something and we do it, it makes them so happy. How did it make you feel?
Good.
Yeah, it's nice. They treated you like an adult going, oh, she's responsible. That's pretty cool, Alice.
Mhm.
How about you, Wendy? Do you have a time that you remember being responsible for what you said or did? Oh, we're
She
muted
have
there.
to unmute herself. There
Sorry.
There we go.
They didn't hear you. Say it again.
I love you guys.
No, when you were
Oh,
responsible.
Irresponsible. What did I say?
What did you say? When you're kind to your friends?
I'm kind.
oh, nice, nice. You get more friends too. Hey, and just so you know, Wendy, we love you too. Thank
Yeah.
you. All right, Daniela, you're going to be next. We're going to ask you, was there a time that you were responsible for what you said or did?
Well, a time when I have okay, I forgot now.
Okay, you can think about it, and we're going to ask Michaela. Michaela, can you share with us the time that you were responsible for what you said or did?
I don't remember if I done it or not.
All right. So I'm going to ask Miss Lauren. Miss Lauren, can you share a time that you were responsible for what you said or did?
Yes. So when I was younger, I really, really, really wanted a kitten. And I would beg my mom and dad for a kitten. And they weren't sure I was going to take care of them. And so I said, of course, I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to love it. I'm going to feed it. I'll make sure it, has gets taken care of. And I play with it. And so finally I did get a kitten. They trusted that I was going to do my part of the agreement on that. And I did take care of it really well. And so I was able later to get another cat. And so I fulfilled my promise of taking care of that animal. And now I have animals and I love them and I take care of them. And I think it really started when I was young.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks for sharing. I don't know how you felt, but I feel good that you were responsible. How about now, Michaela or Daniela? Do you guys remember anything? No? Okay, that's okay. So the important part about this petal, we'll cruise on to the next slide. And thank you. So we talked about the story a bit, and part of talking about it, it lets us know how important it is. Do you think she would have got those cupcakes done if she just went off and played and had ice cream?
No.
No, that's right. She probably wouldn't have been able to. So it's important that we put those things first so that we can get them done.
Miss Kathleen, you are muted.
Thank you. I accidentally muted myself to cough. I apologize. So you can act out the story with your family, or friends, or your Daisy group when they get back together. And you can practice being responsible for what you say and do. Now, how can you, Michaela, how can you practice being responsible? What's the one thing that you can think, yeah, I can be responsible by doing this? You're good.
Well, I think I be responsible for what I say and do when when I really want something and that's when I could practice.
Cool. Do you have chores in the house, like keeping your room clean or washing dishes or?
Oh yeah. Well, I have to. So in the morning, for every day, including Saturdays, but not Sunday. I have to clean my room and make my bed. And on Saturdays, well, I have to clean the ground floor. And on the other days that aren't Sunday, I have to clean the bathrooms.
Ah. Well, those are pretty good things, and that's a lot of responsibility. But if you do it, then, everybody's responsible for something. It makes it a lot easier, right? So the next time you go to use it, it's nice and clean. Cool. That's a lot of responsibility. I'm glad you're taking responsibility. How about Alice? Do you have any? We're going to let Alice talk, okay? All right, Alice.
What?
Hi.
What are you responsible?
What are you responsible for?
What are your chores?
My chores.
Ah.
And they're not on certain days.
Okay.
What about you, Wendy? What are you responsible for?
I'm responsible for feeding another dog and getting the milk. And
Wow.
sometimes I say no mail is inside there. Only in the morning.
Those are big responsibilities. That's what Lauren had to do when she was a kid. If you don't feed the dog, he could get really sad and maybe even sick. So that's a big responsibility. I'm glad you're taking care of your dog, Wendy.
Yeah, I take care of my dog. It's a puppy. I call it a puppy dog. So cute, like a puppy.
All right. Daniela, did you remember anything that you're responsible for doing? Do you have any chores?
Well, one of my chores is to feed a cat.
That's a big chore. You can't ever forget that. Good, thank you. All right, so we're going to cruise on to the next slide there. So do you guys have any questions about how to earn the pedal or anything that we talked about today? Alice wants to ask a question, but she doesn't really know what she wants to ask. All right. So I want to go to the next slide and remind you guys that we have another program on Monday, this coming Monday. And it's, of course, it's Gloria's story. So it's another pedal story, and we'll be talking about some more areas that we can become even better Girl Scouts. And Tuesday, we want to remind you that in the evening, we have a session about swaps. And swaps are a special little Girl Scout tradition. They're usually attached to a pin, so you can give it to a friend, and it's something for them to remember you by. But the cool thing about this is you need glue, a pen, and then whatever little knickknacks you have. It might be thread or a button or a sticker or felt or scraps of cloth. Just make sure you bring your scissors too, and we'll show you some ways that you can make some pretty cool things. And that way people will remember you because they'll think of you every time they see it. So you can sign up for that on the website, and we still have some of those patches left, the Girl Scout Connected, if you guys want to commemorate the time that we spent together. But do we have any questions? Raise your hand. You're all good? Okay, so how about if we just unmute and we'll say goodbye as Miss Lindsay lets us go out the door.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for doing this. Bye-bye.
We earned that badge.